What's that do for me?
It's just a big oh, no.
Yeah, I mean, I told him. Right. I told him, I was like, look, I understand you got to do your due diligence. But I'm just
We're waiting for the press conference to start.
I heard about the knockout one with the girl.
Right over your shoulder.
You about 6'1"?
I mean, I'm getting up there. Maybe one day.
You have a boy? You have a boy? You call it in? How old is he? 21. You done. Hold on, that's why you put my camera. I told him, what's his name? You like you what?
Yeah, no.
You about to say at the end of the day. I mean, he got an idea. Smart.
Oh, bro, I'm on a monopod.
He doing too much. He doing too much.
I was gonna be there, but I was gonna fly to him.
There's no swag. Everything was like mom shit. You based in New York, right? I was in New York. You coming to Florida or Texas?
like pro wrestling. You never know what's going to happen. You know what I mean?
Steven,
Hey, man.
did you ever think we'd be back? Floyd Mayweather?
I thought no, I'd given up hope, and to the extent I ever thought that we'd be back, I didn't think we'd be back on something like this.
Yeah.
But I think all the Floyd fans, including myself, are just happy to have him back. You know, I think when someone goes out, when they still have all their skills, still at the top of the sport, I mean, there's that sense of, look, I just want to see him one more time or a couple more times. So I think there's that aspect, you know, and then Logan Paul brings his own army of fan base. So I think it'll be an interesting combination. Certainly, I'd rather have Floyd back in an event like this than not have him back at all.
Absolutely, absolutely. Has it been different for you guys just having to, I mean, you're working with the YouTube guy, you know, it's a little bit different. Obviously, you guys signed Jake Paul as well, so you're getting into that business a little bit more. Has it been different, more difficult?
Well, most of it, it's been pretty similar. I mean, this event came together really, really quickly on short notice. But I think the biggest difference has been adjusting on the marketing. We've got two guys who speak directly to the audience. Not that we're going to abandon traditional marketing, but we know a lot more of this audience, and the people who are interested are online, they're on social media, they're maybe not watching as much traditional TV. So, you know, we go where the audience is. And so that's where we're leaning into the digital, which, you know, is an obvious choice given who these guys are.
Yeah. Does the digital world make it easier for you guys to promote fights, or was it easier back in the day?
No, you know, it's not that different, you know, because there's a temptation to say, oh, well, you know, you don't need to market, it's all easy, they got their built-in fan base. But there's, the social media world is as sort of hyper competitive and short attention span as advertising on TV. There's a million things to watch, on traditional TV. There's a million different things to pay attention to on social media. So even though you have these huge built-in audiences, you still have to work to cut through the noise and, get people not just to engage with the content, but then to actually, take the additional step of, purchasing or watching the event. You can't just throw it out there and say, hey, we got, 5 million views, our job is done.
Right.
That doesn't mean those people are going to actually, come on fight night and watch the fight.
Yeah.
So the temptation is of, you relax a little bit, it's easy. It's not. It's just as challenging as traditional marketing.
Yeah. Obviously, you guys have Jake Paul versus Ty. I mean, I don't know if can we officially talk about that?
Yes. We haven't set a date yet. We're looking at August. And look, that's a 50-50 fight.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously Tyron's got a long history with Showtime. He was here back in the day with Strikeforce. He went on to a lot of success in UFC. And, people are saying, well, he was a striker, he wasn't a striker. He's a professional fighter, an elite professional fighter. And look, it's not exactly boxing, but being in the ring for as long, or in the cage for as long as he has, that gives you something. You learn some things. So I think this is a really, really surprisingly tough pick by Jake for next opponent. I mean, there's real risk here. I don't know who wins that fight.
Yeah. No, I mean, I would definitely say it's a 50-50 fight just because we don't know what to expect from Jake Paul yet.
Right.
But, having said that, I know you've been around boxing. Obviously, you've been around Floyd Mayweather, the best to ever do it. So you know what good boxing looks like. Can we put to rest, Jake Paul is a legit boxer, right?
Well, look, I was as cynical as anybody else when I first tuned in and saw Jake or Logan. And my immediate reaction was, wow, these guys have clearly spent some time in the ring. This isn't like, you've seen it, I've seen it, white collar boxing or the smokers or the guy like, I'm going to go train for 8 weeks and fight for a charity. Those are messy. Like, you see, that's not this. From the first fight, you saw it and you say, A, these guys are athletic, and B, they've spent the time in the gym. They know how to move. It looked like a boxing match should. So look, do they have a lot to learn? Yeah, absolutely. I mean, in essence, this is Jake's amateur career right now. These first few fights. Everybody does it a little bit different. But I think, look, he wants competitive fights. He wants to progressively get harder. Now, I don't care where you come from, what your background is, how you got here. If you respect the sport of boxing, you want to engage in it, you want to take challenges, you want to build your skills and take bigger and better opponents, then as far as I'm concerned, they're welcome in the sport. I mean, that's what this sport is about. Building your skills, and progressing against more and more difficult opponents. And you can't really criticize Jake for just cashing in on fame. He's taking a real risk.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I hear we're starting the music. That must mean they're going to start soon. Steven, appreciate you.
All right, good to
giving
see
me
you,
your time.
man.
Always good to see you.
All right,
I'll see you later.
All right, thank you.
What did he say? What did he want to do? What did he say? So I can roll with you fans?
He said this, you ain't gonna be able to set up. I'm not gonna hold this. I'm gonna freestyle.
Oh, he said don't set up. He's going to rotate them back. Sounds like they're going to rotate.
I'm just gonna freestyle my shit. I'm gonna use my 6'5". Bring my shit down. Those are the issue though.
I will get you right here. Once Floyd Mayweather ungrab these.
The camera?
I won't need them, just get them out of everyone's way.
Is the cards you saying?
This stanchion is my stanchion. It's pretty good.
Yeah, but we got time. So they gonna be looking at me crazy. This ain't boxing. You can do what the fuck you want. I'm gonna walk around. So I might have to get this.
Don't let anybody get that. I'm gonna walk, yo. Yes, sir. We're working. We got the food out.
It's the same one you have.
No, she never answered that question.
I'm not even
They don't know what the fuck they want to do. Whatever they say. What Floyd said.
Yeah, I figured, but you know how everyone, you might get bumped into me from that guy. I want to apologize. Everyone always sorry. I bumped it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
As long as I get an arm.
Baby breathe.
Plan. I know they say that's the plan, but then people don't want to move. They brought Monica Sears out of
retirement.
out of retirement.
Yeah, I know.
Out of forced retirement.
He said,
Am I lying?
he said force. Man, you wild, bro. You wild. That's funny.
Y'all, I'm gonna apologize in advance. This is gonna be wild. I'm gonna get as much as I can. No idea when it's officially starting, but anytime now. And there goes everyone's Trying to get us now. Wow.
I'm making room for you right now. I see the 50 guys. Rod, take a step back. You're good, Ryan. Love your Rod.
I'm already back.
There's room though behind. They're gonna get to move back in. Thank you, guys.
Hello. How are you doing? Yeah. I just got held up there. It'll be a problem. I'm 6'5". What's the problem?
They're not going to move back.
Man, get Marcus to move back out.
What a road.
I don't know why it is what it is. So bring them out. Let's go. Everyone's going to come right in here. As soon as they come out, everyone's going to be like, oh, we're good over here in this world. We got our shit figured out. Yeah, why is this shit you know it's real when cops show up. What's going on? With no turtleneck.
No turtleneck, too hard for the turtleneck.
How you been, man?
What's going on, man?
Hanging out, brother.
We straight boxing?
Here in this back. Okay, we'll get him exactly where you are. We'll get him exactly where you
That's what they say right now. I wouldn't be surprised what the shit over there. What they gonna do? What they gonna do? No, you can't do that, man. I really feel that way. I was thinking that myself.
I got a message.
Can you grab Brett? I don't think it's I want to make sure they're not going to play the music while you're doing media.
They won't. They're running this show. Have a spot on him. That's another way. It's just another idea of something to do.